You see me? You see me now, right?
Yes.
Couples on there.
There we go.
All right. Oh. What is it telling me to do? Why does it want me to do that?
What?
I don't know, these new features that they add to stuff. Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? Welcome. So my name is Rebecca Dragonheart. I am a psychic medium. If you are new to my lives, what I do here is question and answers. So you can ask me any questions and I shall answer. There's a few rules. I ask that you don't spam me because I do get a lot of people on my lives. So if you can ask your question, give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, then feel free to ask your question again. Also, if you have an obscure username, it's very helpful to either put your name or your initials in with your question, okay? And there's enough on so we can start.
Yeah,
and as it gets bigger, we'll do, announcements and all that kind of stuff, okay?
For sure.
All right. Ready, Freddie? Start asking your questions. I just jumped right into that. I didn't really give you guys any
okay.
time.
There we go. I just had to load for a second. All right. Katrina asks, am I wasting my time on Arthur?
So I do feel like it's coming to an end. Really dim. It feels like things are slowing down, and it's not that you're wasting your time, honey. What I hear is that it needs to happen a certain way for you to get the lesson. And that sounds kind of bad, but that's really what it feels like. So it's almost like this isn't your forever, and I think you already know that, but it's definitely something that you need to go through. So I wouldn't just throw it away. I wouldn't just walk away. It feels like there's a lot of learning still to be done. 3 months is what I'm hearing for some things that are going to be coming up for you with this relationship. Okay, honey? So don't just chuck it away. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Newfie500 asks, does my son have a message for me today? Please, you are amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm always there. Whew, I just got shivers. Always around you. So blue is really important. I think that the blue is how he, I'm speaking on his behalf, I let you know I'm around. So blue sky, blue balloons, blue butterfly, blue. Okay, so blue is really significant to him. I also do feel like that's a way of him validating that it's really me and I'm really around. So blue is also significant on your end. So there's something about the blue that is important. And he's telling me that's my way of telling her that I'm really here. Okay. So he hears you. That's the main thing that you need to know is he hears you and that he is not leaving. Okay. So he's not going to just be gone. He's going to be around you until you need him to go. Okay. So there's so much love, honey. All right.
All right. Yari asks, any positive changes coming soon with Sean? No communication.
Oh, yeah. I actually hear a different person's name. So I'm just going to say it. I hear the name Mark. Somebody is coming into your life, and I'm not sure if Mark is the person or if they're connected to Mark, or like Mark is going to be the person that introduces you, okay? It feels like a new beginning for you in a different direction. Okay, so this communication that you haven't been having, it's almost like a blessing in disguise is what I'm hearing from your guides. Okay, so it is really necessary time to kind of close that door so you can walk through a different door. Okay, so this Mark person is very important. I'm hearing your guides are just screaming it at me. So important. Okay.
All right. Rose asks, any message from my angels?
So with you, Rose, it feels like there's been a lot of communication, and I keep hearing there's a lot of people around you. Okay, so you are, I would consider you somebody who is very sensitive to spirit, so you can feel activity in your home, and it feels like there's movement, so things get moved around. I'm seeing the electricity, so when they show me that, it's like playing with the lights. It's also playing with the electronics, so TV, your phone, that kind of thing. Okay, so they're letting you know they're there. You're not alone. That's the biggest message that I hear. And keep talking to them because it feels like you're very open, you're very receptive. And so you've got a lot of people. There's a lot of spirit with you. And, you know, if you wanted to, you could be a medium, honey. If you wanted to work in that field, it would be definitely beneficial for people around you. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yep.
Laura asks, will my son find a new place to move in soon, and when?
Yeah, I hear for next month. So it feels like there's been a lot of resistance, but by next month he's going to hear. Okay. I didn't ask you, did you put your timer on?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. How many people are on now? Because my
90.
screen has gone really dim. I can't see it.
All right. Amanda R asks, what month will I get pregnant, and gender, please? Thank you.
So I heard June right away. Oh, thank you, honey. And I feel it's going to be a girl. So it's coming up right away, honey, this summer. Okay. Make sure you keep me posted, because I love hearing when you guys do get pregnant when I say. Happens a lot. Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Right.
Oh, your throat.
It's okay. Nadia asks, going for an interview tomorrow, will I get the job?
Yeah, honey, keep it positive. Definitely what I'm hearing to caution you is make sure that if you're asked personal questions about why you're leaving or why you've left or why you're not working somewhere, keep it light and positive, okay? Because these people are looking for somebody who's got a positive outlook. But I definitely do hear that it's going to go in your favor, honey. Okay? Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. It's always appreciated.
All right. Emmy asks, is SR my long-term person?
So unfortunately I heard no, but there's lessons and there is a contract there. So there is a soul contract, and what the difference between a soulmate and a soul contract is, you've got lessons to learn with this individual. That's why it's so passionate and why it feels, oh, thank you so much. It feels like this is my forever person, right? But this is I'm going to heal and recover and become the person I need to be to attract my forever person. Okay. So that's not going to happen yet for a couple of years, I hear. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys. Those are so cute.
Dee Dee asks, will I get pregnant? Did my Nana want me to find that money?
I do hear that pregnancy is around the corner. It will happen this year, okay? So don't stress too much about it. It does feel like there was an intervention with that for sure. Okay, so thank your grandmother for that. I always like it when they bring us money. All right? Well, thanks, guys.
All right. Joanna asks, will I get a permanent job this year?
Yeah, it does feel like it's going to be in September though, okay? So it's a little bit away. Sorry, honey. That being said, the perfect position hasn't opened up for you, so that's part of the reason why, okay? But it's going to happen this year for sure. Keep putting yourself out there, and I do feel like there's going to be a headhunter or somebody's coming to you, okay? Okay.
Okay. Callie asks, will Joe and I get back together, or anyone new?
No, I don't feel that that's in the cards for you guys. But I do feel that there is going to be, you know, it's funny, the name John is coming through. So I don't know if you already know, Johnny is what they're wanting me to say. So Johnny is an important name. This is somebody who's coming into your life for sure. It doesn't feel like a connection. He's not the person you're being introduced to. This is the person coming into your life, okay? So keep me posted. And it's this year. Okay?
All right.
Thanks, honey.
Rain asks, when will my abilities advance to the next step?
So it's funny, honey, you're already open. You're wide open. What is going on is you trusting yourself and really allowing yourself to be what it is you want to be, okay? I do hear that there's been a lot of teachers in your life, spiritually speaking, and you are opening up in a way that is... You're 100% a hands-on healer, so you need to be learning healing that way. That's what I'm hearing for you, okay? And you're already open, honey. It's just a matter of learning how to read the signs, okay?
All right. Gina asks, has my granddad have any messages?
Yeah, so super proud of you, watches over you, very protective, okay? So this is an energy that's not going to let anybody mess with you. It's the feeling, very, very protective. And I don't know if there's some, oh, thank you, honey. There's some energy around you right now that it feels like I feel a resistance to, and this is somebody in your life. So I feel like there's a lot of protection around you right now, okay? Very proud of you, honey, and definitely going to be there supporting you. So make sure that you're asking. Okay. I don't know if you've been on any of my other lives, but I like to explain to people that when spirit is around like that, you can ask them to help you, and you have to basically give them permission because of the rule around free will here. They can't intervene. They can only kind of suggest. But the second that you say, I give you permission to help me in this direction, they will. And I feel like your grandfather's really pushing for you to ask him. Okay.
All right, do you want to go over everything one more time?
Sure.
We jumped up a lot.
Always jumps up. Hello, everybody. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. Here on my lives, you can ask your questions. I ask you don't spam me because I do get a lot of people on here. So ask your question. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again. No problem, okay? If you have an obscure username, please put your initials or your name in with your question so that we know who we're talking to and you know who we're talking to. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. And I also do have a new feature that I do, which is called a members live. So if you don't get your questions answered here on this live, it is a paid subscription that you can do monthly with me. You find that up in my link tree. It gives you access to me once a month over Zoom in a group setting. Okay, it's a small group, so I only put a limited amount of people in it so that you can guarantee to have your question answered. Okay, did I get everything?
I believe so.
I believe so. Thank you.
Right. Ria Reviews, which is the one who's gifting right now.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Asks, what do you see this year as far as my career? I'm an engineer and I'm so bored with it. Thank you.
Yeah, so you're stuck there still. I hear 4 more years. So that being said, it does look like within this timeline, you're doing some upgrading. So there is going to be a little bit more expansion around what you're doing. Somehow you have to shift out of engineering in the way that you're doing it and move more into, it's like some kind of community project is what I'm feeling, that you need to be doing something that's more about improving the community, and that's going to make you happy. Okay, don't waste your energy anywhere else is what I hear. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Crystal asks, will Brian express his feelings towards me soon?
Very timid individual. I hear it's hard. It's hard to, let alone feel it. It's hard to say it. Okay. So you might have to be a little bit more, not pushy, but supportive in that way. So not somebody that expresses themselves well. Okay. But I do feel like if you open that conversation, it would go well. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys. The gifts are wonderful. All right.
All right. Mm-hmm. Stephanie asks, clarity on finding a job, please. Lots of hurdles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it feels like in your area specifically, so it really has to do with where you're living. There's not a lot of options if you're not a professional or that kind of thing. You may have to relocate, honey. So it may be that you have to either or be willing to transport. Okay, so you may have to kind of go out of your circumference area. Okay, and I do feel like it is going to be a relocation. Put your resume out, put it out online, and I do hear that there's going to be a relocation for you for a job. Okay, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, thank you, honey. Oh, is that Veronica?
Yes.
Hi, Veronica.
All right. One moment.
Mm-hmm. It's moving fast, I know. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love the witch. I don't know why I like, or I guess that's the sorting hat, right?
I didn't see. I think so.
I think it's the sorting hat.
All right. Ashton asks, my friend Devin passed. Is he with me?
Mm-hmm. There's a specific song that I'm hearing, so it's Devin's way of letting you know that, hey, I'm here. So there's a certain song that comes on that's like you gotta pay attention. Okay. Also, the left side of you is where you'll feel Devin touch you. Okay, so that's the side of you. Also speaking into your ear. So presence is still there for sure. The song is significant, and that's the one thing that I'm hearing from Devin is like the song is so important. Like you need to pay attention to the song that's playing because this is the way that I communicate with you. So when you're asking for a sign from Devin and a song comes up, that's the message from Devin, okay? And also numbers as well, but mostly songs. Yeah. And I get the sense that you guys are really close, okay? And it's you're not, just because the body is gone, the soul is still there, okay? And that connection is still strong. And I feel like Devin's got your back, hun. Okay, so definitely watching out for you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sharik asks, will my new job be cross-country or overseas?
So I do feel you're not going overseas, so it is going to be a cross-country move or it doesn't feel like it's long-term, so this might be a stepping stone for you, honey. So it might be that you're only doing this for a couple of years and then you're going to be transitioning into something else, which will take you overseas is what I hear. Okay, so it's like your stepping stone. Take it anyway, because I feel like it's the right step and it's going to give you the training that you need, but it is temporary, so it's only a couple of years. Okay. So sorry. I know your throat's really bugging you, hey?
All right. Christine asks, is my dad with me? Coming up on his birthday and soon a memorial tattoo for him.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh, I got the shivers. So yeah, 100%. I do get that your dad sits on the end of the bed and beside you on the couch sometimes, okay? So I feel like there's a pressure change and it's like you'll feel almost like padding. Best way to describe it. It's going to be subtle, but almost like a flutter. Okay, it tells me I touch her, and it's usually like your feet or your calf. Okay, and sometimes on the shoulder. But that's just his way of letting you know physically. He's very physically there. So sometimes spirit is only able to manipulate energy, but it feels like with him he can physically be there, and you could literally bump into him and at times, and so I get that sense that you can physically feel him there. So very strong presence, and it's important that you communicate and allow him to help you out, okay? Because he really does want to make sure that things go smoothly for you in your life. That's really his focus, okay? Yeah, really, really, really close to you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys. So sweet.
BM asks, will I ever buy a house in the town where I'm currently renting?
Outside of it. So it's about a 30 to 45 minutes away from where you are is what I'm hearing. And it's within the next 2 years for you. Okay?
All right. Tanya asks, my parents' angel anniversary was recently and I felt the presence. Any messages? Thank you.
So they've been watching over you. They've really been happy with things, how they've been progressing in your life. Glad that you've let go of some really negative things is what I'm hearing. But also they know all of the stuff that you've been doing and you have really overcome a lot of trials is what I'm hearing. Your mom comes forward more often. So your mom will be there more often. Not that your dad isn't there, but I feel like your mom is the go-between, okay? So when you want to communicate with them, you know that when you think about them, you pull them in, right? That's what happens when we're connected with our loved ones. The more you communicate with them, the easier it is for them to communicate back. I do feel like with your mom, she sends you white birds. Okay, so that's her way of validating that she's around you. Oh, thanks so much, you guys. Okay.
All right. Jessica asks, is animation my right path?
It's part of it. That's the best way to put it. It's a big part of it, but I feel like it's going to be bigger than just what you're thinking, okay? So I do see you getting deeply involved in some creative things, and it feels more like it's not just the basic animation that you're thinking, okay? So it's going to be big. I do feel like you're going to do some kind of, I don't know even what you call it, but it's some kind of a skit or something, and it's just you're moving in the direction that you're trying to go, okay? So just be open-minded, and you're really good at manifesting, so pull for the doors to open for you, okay? I hear within the next 2 years, there's going to be a big shift, and I do see a big move, and it's going to be to an area that's going to allow you to do what you need to do, okay? But it's definitely a big part of what you're going to be doing. Using your creative self, if you don't do that, you'll go insane. Literally, you have to tap into your creativity to be happy with what you're doing in life. Oh my gosh, you guys are so great. Thank you so much for all the gifts.
All right. Rachel asks, should I resign and focus on new freelance offers?
Yeah, that's a cool one. So here's the thing with you. You have a very easygoing energy and a very easygoing personality. Oh, thanks. And so the freelancing for you, you don't have a problem with it. You connect with people in a really easy way. I feel like what you're doing now is a dead end. Sorry. It pays the bills, but it doesn't pay your soul, right? And so I feel like having the freedom that you need is going to only come from you taking that leap of faith. Okay, so I'm going to suggest you do that. The freelancing will be very beneficial financially and emotionally for you. Okay.
All right. Amanda says, "Hi, you guys. Is my friend Dylan able to talk to my Nono who has passed on?"
Yeah. So it's interesting. You have there's a few people with you. So I'm seeing about 4 people that come in and out of your energy. Okay. I feel like with your grandmother, the energy is like, I want you to really focus on family. So she's very family oriented, and she really wants the family to be together. Okay. And I don't know what's going on with everybody. It feels like everybody's busy or everybody's distracted with life and what they're doing, that it's almost like I want to pull everybody back together. Okay. So she's really focusing on that. It feels like there's an anniversary or some kind of a celebration that could potentially be a good way to bring everybody into the same room. It just feels like everybody's always so busy doing their own life stuff. And she feels like you guys have forgotten family. Okay. And that's her message. It's like, come back together. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. Beautiful. All right.
Let
me just take a sip now.
Sure. All right. Sorry, I lost it.
It moved? Yeah. Does it let you scroll back? It does, but it moves fast, right?
It moves fast, yeah. All right. All right. Hey, it's Kaija, I believe is how you say it. And she asks, "Do I have any magical abilities? Have a blessed day."
Absolutely. So you're very clairaudient, clairvoyant. So that means you hear and you see things. Okay. I do get the sense that you precog, so you dream things, you dream the future. You've done that a lot. You may not recognize it as being precog, but you definitely have that ability. Okay. You're also a healer, honey. You're a light worker. You're here to do good work. If you're not doing nursing or anything in the healing modalities, I would suggest that you take the natural or the supernatural aspect of it. So learning Reiki, quantum healing, touch therapy, that kind of thing. You need to be healing. That's really what you have to do. You are an empath and you're very sensitive to other people, and you can read the physical self. So that's what you need to be doing. All right.
All right. Rachel asks, "About to apply for a job. Will it be successful?"
Yeah, I do get that. And it's actually 2 opportunities look like they're heading your way. So if you've already been talking to or putting your resume out, it looks like you might get somebody calling you back. So you're going to have a choice between one or the other, is what I'm hearing. So keep me posted. All right.
Lori asks, "Any messages for me from Spirit?"
So change is coming for you, and you've had the last 18 months, very specific. The last 18 months have been growth months for you. Okay. So it's really about you opening up to your spiritual self. A lot has happened in the last 18 months, and a lot of crap has happened. Sorry to say it like that, but a lot of heavy stuff has happened. And so what I see is you've been opening up to this other aspect of yourself. So continue doing that. That's really your focus this year. Is becoming more in alignment with listening to your higher self and listening to your guides and allowing that information through. Okay, honey? Things are changing, and they're going to change really fast, really rapidly. So if you aren't ready for it, it can feel really chaotic and it can be really difficult. So it's really important that you allow things and don't try to force things. Okay, and that's the message that I hear from your spirit guides.
All right, so we jumped up pretty high. If you want to.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I have been doing my work now since 1993. Here on my lives, all I ask is that you don't spam me. Ask your question. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask. Okay. Again, that's fine. If you have an obscure username, please put your initials or your name in with your question. You can find me on YouTube. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube so that I can go live there. Thank you so much, honey. I'm also on Instagram, so you can find me there through my link tree here. And I do members lives, so they are paid lives, but I do them once a month, typically at the end of the month. If you don't get your question answered here, you can subscribe there. It is a monthly subscription. It gives you access to me via Zoom. Thanks, guys. And also gets you some discounts and other things as well. So check that out through my website. All right. Ready to go?
All right.
It's such a mouthful.
Marietta, which is a very nice name, asks, am I going to move from Canada and when?
Yeah, so 2025 I heard. So it's not as soon as you were hoping, okay? The reason why is there's a lot of like government paperwork stuff that has to happen for you. And a lot of stuff is not yet in alignment is what I'm hearing for you, okay, honey? So just be patient. It is going to happen, but it's not happening as soon as you think, okay?
All right. Jessica asks, my mom passed away 4 years ago. Is she with me? Does she have a message for me?
Yeah, I definitely feel her presence. I also feel a grandmother and an aunt energy with you. So you have a lot of female energy with you. And so when I see that, that typically means that, you know, it's a matriarchal family. So basically the women rule in your family. And it does feel like you're very strong, honey, and you get your strength from your female line. Okay, so you get it from the females in the family. With your mom, what, you know, the biggest thing I say she wants you to know is that you're stronger than you think you are. That's the main thing I get from her, okay? And she keeps showing me that, you know, no matter how much comes at you, you'll never ever be alone. Okay, so you've got this really strong ancestral energy with you, and that's the main thing I think you need to hear. You're not alone struggling, okay? They're there helping and supporting you, and all you have to do is ask for them to show you the way, and they will. Okay?
Okay. Adriana asks, will I get pregnant this month?
I don't hear that it's going to be this month, but I do hear that it might be more towards the end of April. Okay, so it is coming, it's just not this month. All right, I feel like you might have missed your opportunity to get pregnant already. All right.
All right. 1 sec.
Your poor throat.
It's okay.
Is it hurting or is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay. She's a little bit sick.
Okay. Jasmine asks, will I ever get closure with him?
No, not the way that you're wanting. Okay, so you're gonna have to do it spiritually. So write a letter, burn it. I've also talked about doing soul-to-soul communication when you don't get that final goodbye or that final anything. How it works, and I do have a video up with it, but how it works is if you have a photograph, take a picture, look at the person, connect. Once you feel connected, you put the photograph down, close your eyes, and you visualize them in front of you, and you say your piece. Okay, you're not going to be able to do it the way that you want to because this individual is really shut down. That's the easiest way to put it. Is like, I'm not open, I'm not receptive, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, basically. So you're going to have to do it that way. All right, sorry, honey.
All right. Stacy asks, what career/job will I be doing next?
So you do a lot. It looks like you are somebody who kind of bounces from one type of job to another. You're very open and receptive to a lot of different things, honey. What I hear with you is you have to go back and get some education in what you want to do, okay? Things need to change because what you're doing now isn't giving you any kind of spiritual or emotional reprieve. Okay, so you're just doing to pay your bills, or you're doing to whatever, right? And so I do hear you need to go back to school. Let me just hear what they're trying to get you to do. So it feels like aesthetics, so that's like hair, makeup, nails, that kind of thing. So it's helping women feel beautiful. I don't know if you're interested in that, but that's what they're telling me you'd be good at. Okay, so it's more than just doing that kind of thing. It's about helping others, self-esteem, and helping them feel better. That's what you need. You need that aspect of things, is helping others feel better. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Veronica asks, any messages from Spirit I need to hear?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of stress lately is what I'm hearing. A lot of negativity around you. And so more meditating, honey, more opening up to the positive vibes. Okay, don't let it weigh you down because it really feels like it's heavy on you. They show it as like on your shoulders. You're carrying the weight of everything, and so you got to take care of you, honey. It really comes down to that. It comes down to not taking on everybody else's stresses and everybody else's responsibilities. That's what I hear from your spirit guides. Okay, it's got to be about you too. Hope that helps.
All right. There are a few people asking how to get readings.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't even done that. I haven't been on a live for like a month now because I've been so busy. So you can get a reading through my website. You just go up into my link tree or head to my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve. So if you do want to book a reading with me, you're going to, I do them all manually. So you're going to purchase the reading, and right after my live, I will go in and email everybody with their dates. Okay. On my website, you'll see testimonials and experiences that people have had. I have quite a few. And, it's what I do. So there you go. All right. See, there was something I missed. I forgot about it. That's
all
okay.
Right. Juliana asks, will I be getting a car / house soon?
So the house, I hear 5 years for you, honey. You're not going to get it yet. Okay. Alignment. It has to be alignment. I hear that you will get a car, but it's not going to be until next year. The one that you're thinking, okay?
All right.
Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. So awesome. Yep. I'm ready.
Rhiannon asks, can you connect with my cat who passed?
So your cat is very much in your space still. I can hear it and feel it in your space. And it's funny because what they're showing me is like things going missing. And it's like stuff your cat would have played with. So if you notice that like you put something down and then it's showing up somewhere else, just blame your cat because it's your cat's fault. So definitely still in your space, honey, still around, not gone. Okay. Your cat doesn't know that it's gone. That's the interesting thing. It's like, I still feel like I'm around you. Okay. So you're not imagining it. Let me just say that. All right. Thank you so much, honey.
All right.
Oh, that one's fun. Oh. It's so pretty. Thanks.
All right. Danny asks, do my spirit guides have anything to tell me right now?
So you're somebody who can hear things, okay? So you're clairaudient, and they're telling me to encourage you to do automatic writing. If you don't know what that is, it's a way of communicating with your higher self, with your spirit guides, and with spirit as it is. And you basically just start writing without thinking, okay? And I like to do it like this, Dear Rebecca, and then I just kind of start writing things. And you don't think anything, and then you just keep writing until you feel done. I don't know how else to describe it. You just literally feel done. And when you go back and read it, you're going to find some very interesting information, okay? Also, I hear if you're not reading tarot, you should get yourself some tarot cards and start reading. Okay, time to tap into that.
All right.
Yep.
Emanuela asks, I would love to know if my father-in-law knew I was with him when he passed.
Yeah. The funny thing is, not funny, but the interesting thing is he wasn't in his body anymore. So it feels like I was already gone. I was gone. It feels like before you guys were even there. So I don't know if he was in a coma or what, but that's what they're telling me. It's like I was already gone. I wasn't even in the body. So he knows you were there, but not from the body's perspective, more from the astral plane. Okay. So like I was part of that, but I wasn't in my body. Okay. So that's one of the things that I hear. I also do hear there's a lot of gratitude from him because you did a lot before and after is what he says. And so there's a lot of support that you provided everybody. And he's very grateful for you. Okay. He's very grateful for you and the family. Yeah. So he definitely knew you were there, honey. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mandy asks, please tell me, when will I get a job? I've been applying and getting no answer.
Yeah, it's tough. I still hear 4 months for you. Okay, honey? Sorry. I know that's tough because we need it now, right? But I do hear that you are taken care of. So I do feel like there is a lot of support around you. And, even though it's a bit of a struggle, there are people who will support you until you do find that job. Okay, but I do hear it's about 4 months. So what are we in? March, April, May, June, July. So summertime. Okay.
Okay. Olivia asks, will I reach my athletic goals before April? Please and thank you for answering.
Yeah, you're close, honey. And I do hear that it's not going to be the target date, the day specifically, but I do hear that you will hit it very shortly after, okay? So you're virtually there. Okay. All right.
All right. LoveJack03 asks, how can I tap into abilities I believe I have? Please.
Yeah, so the easiest thing, honey, is start with opening up your communication with your spirit guides and how that works. And I do have a whole playlist on how to communicate with your spirit guides, but that is the easiest way for us to start opening it up, because what ends up happening, and you just communicate with them, you just start talking to them as if they're standing right there, because they are. Whether you believe it or not, they're there. And the more you communicate with them, the easier it is for this to go away, your conscious mind, and your imagination is the key. Okay. I say this all the time to people. Your imagination is what makes you good at opening up. For me, the reason why I am capable of doing what I do is because I have the imagination that I can do it. I believe that I can do it. And so it's super important that you allow yourself to believe that. You get in your own way sometimes because you're very analytical, and it's okay to be analytical, because I do analyze things as well. Just don't let it get in the way of you hearing and experiencing. Okay, so they will communicate with you, and you can go check out my playlist on your spirit guides. It will help you a lot. Okay, that's the starting point. I really feel like that's going to help open you up in a bigger way. Okay.
All
right.
Jessica asks, there's been so many Jessicas.
Yeah, it's a very common name. So,
will my custody case resume this year? Good outcome in my favor?
Yeah, I do feel like it will happen. There's been so much in the way of it, right? I do feel that it is going to happen later, and I'm hearing around October is when you're going to get results, okay? I do feel that it's going to still not be 100% the way that you want it to be, but definitely more improved is what I'm hearing, okay? So at least that's a little bit of a blessing. Feels like this is going to be going on for like the next 2 years for you, honey. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Next question.
Yeah.
Jenny, who is our #1 gifter.
Oh, thanks, Jenny.
asks, should I accept the new job offer?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're showing me like celebrations. So that's, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, guys. No hesitation there at all. Oh, that's fun.
All right. Mm-hmm. Rosa asks, what do I need to know? Lots of scary life changes. Feeling resilient.
Definitely. So here's the thing. This is one of your tougher years is what I'm hearing for you. Okay, honey? So take it gracefully. Don't try to fight the tide. Don't try to fight the waves. Okay. You need to allow it to just kind of take you where you're going. Lots more changes still. Okay. So thanks so much, you guys. It's really important that you take oh my goodness, you guys are so cute. Take the time that you need for yourself, because you kind of aren't allowing yourself to feel things. And so you're just going you're going through the motions of it, and that can be detrimental to somebody like yourself because you're very sensitive. Okay. So self-love, self-care, and do what you need to do to feel better. Okay. Things are going to still be a little bit rocky. I'm sorry to say it, but I mean, they do improve for next year. Thank God. Thank you so much, you guys. That was beautiful. I love you guys. All right, next question.
All right. Little Glass Quilt asks, is my late mother aware of what I'm doing with her craft, and does it make her happy or proud?
Absolutely. And, I get right away, it's like this shower of tingles. So very proud of how you're doing it. And what I'm hearing is you're doing it differently, but you're also holding on to tradition is what I'm hearing. Okay. So you have you have your own unique way of doing it, but you're still holding her tradition. And so she's so grateful for that. Okay. Definitely very proud of you. That's cool.
All right. Lynn asks, did my grandma want my mom to have her house?
So it's funny, but she says she didn't care. She didn't really care. You guys are more emotional over it. And I want you to understand something. When we leave here, the ego goes, we don't care. We don't care anymore. That's fun. And she really wants just to see peace with everybody. That's what her message is to you. Okay. So peace within the family unit. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. It was so cute.
All right. Next question.
Yep.
Sounds a good one.
They're all good ones.
Mighty is how she said to say it.
Okay.
Asks, what should be my next step toward my best self? Light and love.
Oh my gosh, that is a good one. I love it. So authenticity, that's number one. You are a very authentic person, but sometimes you will do for others when you don't want to. Okay. So practice a little bit more authenticity for yourself. Okay. You are an empath, honey. And so you have to get a handle on how to use that gift, because a lot of times people will overshadow your wants, needs, and desires with their own. Okay. And you're so receptive and super, super psychic. So we don't want to have other people's wants, needs, and desires be yours. Right. So work on that. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys. The gifts are wonderful.
All right.
Yeah.
Beth asks, am I going to succeed with herbalism and art? Is this change good for me?
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny, the herbalism, it comes from a past life. That's why you have such a desire for it. It is 100% a big part of your soul. Okay. So thanks, honey. In your past, you have been a healer. And so you are a healer. And I do feel like that is a big part of your future. And over the next 2 years, I see things opening up more in that direction. Okay. So you're going to be doing a lot of healing. And even with your artwork, it feels like there's healing with it. Okay. As long as you're focusing that way, you can't go wrong. Okay. And tap into your past lives. I do hear your guides telling me to encourage you to do past life regression so that you can see and incorporate. When we do that, what ends up happening is we bring forward those memories, and then we can feel what it was like being that person and use that in your current life, in your current timeline. Okay. Okay.
Shelby asks, is my husband around me? Did he suffer? Any messages from anyone?
Yeah, he didn't suffer, honey. I'm going to tell you that right now. It feels like it was like, I'm not aware. It just happened. Okay. So no suffering. They're showing me here, so I don't know what's going on with this part of him, but that's what I'm seeing, and it feels like it was quick. You definitely have spirit around you. It feels like there's a lot of noises in your home, so when it happens, I would check in, ask who it is, because it's always different people. It's not always who you think. Okay, it is family members though, so it's nothing to be afraid of. With your husband, he dreams with you, so he comes into your dream time. And I would keep a journal so that you can really get the messages that it's really about just being with you and giving you that emotional support, because that's the only way they know how to, right? For him, he's happy, he's healthy, he's fine, but for you, there's still that missing piece, right? And so that's his way of filling it in. So he visits you a lot in your dreams. Okay. Thanks so much for the gifts, you guys. You guys are honestly fantastic. All right. Okay.
Melissa asks, will my relationship with Mark continue to progress how I hope?
Yes, but it's slower than you want, is what I hear. So you have to take it a little slow with Mark, because there's a fear around relationships, not commitment in that way, but like there's been a lot of emotional relationship damage, is what I hear. So take it slow. Don't push too hard. Don't push too fast. Mark has his own pace. Okay. But it's definitely moving in the right direction, is what I hear. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do you have a question? That's okay. So if you guys do want to book a reading with me, just head to my website. You can go through my link tree at the top of my bio here on TikTok, or just head to RebeccaDragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve. So I do book up pretty quick after I do a live. And I'm also on YouTube. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are interested in anything that I've been saying here today, please subscribe to my YouTube. And I'm also on Instagram under Rebecca Dragonheart as well. All right.
Okay. Airboat asks, will I be a grandmother soon?
Yeah, I'm hearing 6 months. So 6 months is when somebody's going to find out. So yes. Yay. Make sure you keep me posted, okay, honey? Love it.
All right. Leah asks, will my family accept that I'm pregnant again?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, what can they do? There's no other options. Here's the thing. You have to do you, honey. And this is coming from what I'm hearing that you need as a message. It doesn't matter, this soul is supposed to be here. This soul is supposed to come in. And that's why this soul has chosen you. Okay. And so it doesn't matter what the family thinks. This is your own personal journey, and it's this soul's personal journey. So I know that it's hard sometimes because we want our families to accept things. And I know that you're harder on yourself than, or you give them permission to be hard on you. Okay. And I would stop doing that. It's about what your soul needs and what this family's soul needs, your immediate family, not extended. Okay. So it doesn't matter. This soul is meant for you. This is a good thing. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
John asks, I feel stuck. Any messages from my guides?
Yeah, John, this energy, this momentum is going to last for a little bit into the summer is what I'm hearing. Some big changes are coming around August for you. Okay. You are just too giving, too sacrificial is the energy that I hear about you. Okay. So it means that you are somebody that people take advantage of. And so you got to get a little bit tougher. Okay. You're energy sensitive. So that means you're an empath. And so you get affected sometimes by others as well. Learn what it means to be an empath and work with that energy. Okay. Things will improve, but I do feel it's not until about the summer for you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Lucy asks, will I have a baby soon? Gender?
Yeah, so I hear August is when you're going to find out. And I do feel a boy. So hopefully that's what you want. It's what you need is what I hear. So I'm just going to say that.
All right.
All right.
Paul asks, will I be successful in my current job / when will the money get better?
So I do hear that this is a stepping stone for you. Okay, Paul. So things are going to improve. It feels like about a year and a half from now, there's going to be an option to change. How do I put this? It's not change completely, but change where you are. Okay. And I would take it. That's what I hear. There's kind of a ceiling in where you are currently. And so that movement's not happening as fast as it could or should is what I hear. Okay. So keep your options open. And when that opportunity arises, take it is what I hear to say. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Nicole asks, will we be able to renovate our house?
Yes, it does feel like that's going to happen, but it's not going to happen as soon as you're thinking. Okay. So there's a lot of delays and it feels like the delays are really, getting supplies, getting somebody to even come in, that kind of thing. Okay. So there's a lot of delays around it, but it is going to happen. Okay. So just be patient. I know it sucks, but be patient. Okay.
All right. Charlene asks, is there a message from my twin Charles?
Yeah. Never gone, not far away. Okay. That's the main thing I hear. Charles feels like he really watches out for you. Okay. So it's like very defensive, protective, okay, and very critical about people in your life is what I'm hearing. So that means that there are people in your life that Charles doesn't like or doesn't agree with being your highest and best. Okay, so there can be sometimes when people come into your life that you want a relationship with, friendship, whether it's friendship or romantic. Charles kind of gets in the way of that sometimes. But it is out of love, okay? You can ask him to back down. Just tell him that's not what he's there for. He's there to be your support, not to make decisions on your life, okay? And just ask him to back down a little bit. He's very in your life in that way. Okay.
All right.
I find it so fascinating. Spirit is interesting, that's for sure. Yep.
Okay. Cauliflower17 asks, how is my mama?
Oh, honey, so I can hear her singing. So she's very joyous, very happy, very put together now. Okay. So things feel better. She sings a lot is what she keeps showing or doing. It's like, I can hear her singing. So there's a lot of that in your space. It looks like she checks in on you quite often, but there's other people as well that she's like checking in on. So she only comes around when you need her. Okay. And that's the biggest message I get from her is I only come around when she needs me. But it does feel like recently that there's been a lot of need. Don't be sad is what I hear from her, because she's not gone and she's not far away. Okay. So she is really a big part of your experience, even if you don't realize it. She does tell me that you feel her sometimes and you do see her sometimes. Okay. She will communicate with you any way you tell her to. Okay. But I do hear that mostly you are visual. So you see her, you'll see her through the corner of your eye, or you'll see like a flash of light, or you'll see, something like almost looks like something just wisps by you. And, you have that aspect of things. So you may want to communicate with her more visually. So ask her to show you things, is what I mean by that, okay? So, hey mom, if you're around, I want to see a red cardinal, right? Or hey mom, if this is the right choice for me, I want to see a pink butterfly. I don't know, whatever. Something like that, okay? And she will do that for you. That's what I hear from her. Thank you so much, you guys. My goodness, you guys have been so generous this time.
All right.
Yeah.
Jermaine asks, when will things get better for me financially?
So Jermaine, it looks like for you, it will be this year, thank God. But it is still a little bit later in the year. So August, September, it looks like there's more improvement. There's something that's shifting and changing that's going to increase your bank account, is what I hear. So it may be that you get a promotion or more hours or something along those lines. Okay. So it's like more is coming to you, and take it and put it away. It's what I'm here to tell you. Don't spend it. Put it away, okay? Oh, thank you, honey. It's really important that you hear that message, and that's coming from somebody from the other side who's like, put it away. Don't use it. Put it away, okay? Because there's going to be a need for it, apparently. All right?
Right. Stephanie asks, is my baby okay?
Oh, yeah, honey. And there's a lot of signs around you that show you that. In fact, I love it when motorcycles go by. There's a lot of signs showing to that effect, okay? And I do feel like there's somebody with your baby, okay? So your baby's not alone, is what I'm hearing. So it looks like it might be your grandmother, or it's a grandmother figure that I'm seeing, okay? And again, this is a situation where you have to ask for, like, acknowledge, I guess. I hear a lot of playing and a lot of activity in your space. So start listening, and if you wanted to, you could even do some recordings, and I feel like you would catch something on. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Shara asks, is there any message from my father?
So it's interesting with your father, honey. It's, things are going the right direction for you, and so he's really happy about that. I'm gonna say you've been through a lot, especially the last 4 months, is what I'm being told by him, and you're moving in the right direction now. So you've let go of a lot of things that weren't working, and he wants you to keep going in that direction, okay? So keep cutting ties with people and things and situations that don't serve you anymore, okay? He is a very strong personality and very, but quiet is what I hear. So like the way he presents himself is like very observant, like I'm watching you, but I'm not interfering. So he doesn't overstep his boundary should be, but he is watching, okay? And I don't know if that makes you more comfortable or uncomfortable. It's really hard to say because some people can be a little bit nervous about the fact that their parents just like watching them, but you've been making the right choices, okay? And trust that. It's been difficult is what he says. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Erica asks, will my husband and I have or adopt a child?
I do hear a child. It feels like about 2 years from now, though. Okay, so it's not happening right away. Sorry, honey. But I do feel like within the next 2 years, you guys are going to have a child for sure. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Reb Knows One asks, any message from my father who passed when I was little? Mom passed 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So, he's been watching over you for this entire time, and I feel like there's also somebody else that he's watching over, and it feels like it might be a family member. I don't know if it's a brother, but if it's a male family member is what I'm seeing, and it's like popping back and forth. So proud of you, honey. With everything that you have not had, you have grown to be a fine individual. That's his words, not mine. I don't talk like that. So he's proud of you that way, okay? And I think the main message I get from him is, I want you to keep doing life the way that you have been, because you've always been very independent, very strong, and sometimes you are hard on yourself about that. Like you feel like you're not as strong as you are, and the message that I get from him is you're so strong. You've been through so much, and you still wake up every day with a smile on your face, and you still, even if you feel like crap, you make others feel better, so you always affect people in a positive way, and that is something that I hear with him. He's really proud of you for that, because you've had some tough stuff. Like you've had a lot of losses is what he tells me. A lot of things. And so he's with you, and your mom is still with you as well, but he comes through more because he's been with you for longer. and she comes more so when you're sad is what I'm hearing. Okay. And anytime you think about your family, they come, just so you know. Okay. All of you. As soon as we think about them, we pull them. Okay. All right.
Summer asks, when will I move out of this house?
Oh, not soon enough is what I'm hearing. 8 months. So it's still a little bit. Okay.
All right. Ruth asks, do I have any children waiting to come to me?
Yeah. You're going to have one of your own, and then it looks like you're going to take care of another child. So it may be a family member's child or somebody's child. I hear you're going to have 2 in your life. Okay. Aw, thank you. I like that crown. It's cute.
All right. Chad G asks, will I have that financial success that I'm looking for soon? Maybe April or May?
It's not as soon as you think. So the level that you're asking for, it doesn't feel like it's this year. Sorry to say it. But it is going to happen. So keep pushing for it, okay? Just don't get disheartened when it's not in the timeline that you're asking for, okay? As things have to fall in alignment and it feels like there is some resistance on your end. Okay. All right. How much time do we have left?
We have about 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Exactly, actually.
Okay.
Caitlin asks, will my family and I move to Alaska 2024?
The later half of 2024, I hear. Okay, so it will happen. There is, it's got to be all in the right timing. Okay, so don't push it sooner than it needs to be. Okay.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Annie.
This person, Samantha says, hey, why do I feel a strong connection to EM? Is he the one? Please.
So there's definitely, you guys have a lot of history, a lot of lives together is what I'm hearing. This is somebody who is a big, I think I'm getting confirmation right now. This is somebody who is a big part of your soul's journey. Okay. And this is not somebody that I would walk away from. Now, are you guys meant to be in a forever relationship in romantic? I don't know that that's the case. What I get more is like, it's this like deep connection, soul connection, but not necessarily like romantic soul. Okay. This is somebody who you've been friends with, somebody you've been family with, somebody that you have loved. But you guys have a lot of lives together, and it feels like there's a lot of karmic debt. I'm not a firm believer in karmic debt, but it looks like you guys have a lot of stuff to deal. Okay, so you're gonna work through it, and that's why you feel so drawn. All right.
Yeah. Teresa asks, any messages regarding my son Anthony?
Yeah. So I feel like there's like this. It's almost like watch the energy, watch out kind of thing. So supervision, yes, that's the word that they're trying to get me to say. So we need to supervise. Okay, it's really important. I think you already know though that support needs to happen. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Another
honey.
Erica. Erica asks, is there a message for me from my Aunt Yida?
So you've got a lot of activity in your home. Not always family is what I'm hearing, okay? And so I'm going to tell you that you're an open energy. So sometimes you attract some things that aren't necessarily beneficial for you, okay? And what I'm getting from your aunt is I've had to work overtime. I am working really hard to keep your space clean. Please help me halfway through it, okay? So meet me halfway. If you don't know how to do that, what I would say is, and it's not like it's like negative, it's just energy that doesn't need to be there. So whatever your belief system is, like if you believe in burning sage, burn some sage. I like to burn incense. I burn lavender or cinnamon. Those are my 2 favorites, just to clear away space. You're not going to clear family members, but you will clear people who aren't supposed to be there. And that's what I'm hearing from your aunt. Like, I'm so tired of trying to keep the energy the way that it needs to be. Okay, so you're very open and receptive to spirit, honey. So you have to be a little bit more diligent about what you're opening yourself up to. Okay, and that's the message from your aunt. All right.
Right.
This is probably our last one, hey? So before we do, pick one. If you do want to book a reading with me, just head to my website at rebeccadragonheart.com or just click the link in my link tree. I am going to be on again tomorrow. I'm not sure what time though. So if you don't have the notifications set up, please put your notification on, okay? And I am on YouTube, so if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm also on Instagram. So there we go.
And Members Live.
Oh yes, my Members Live. So if you do want to get a guaranteed question answered, join my Members Live. It is a monthly subscription. I do it at the end of each month, and it guarantees you, we do face-to-face, so you actually get to talk to me, not just by texting. It is a group setting, but it is a small group, so you're guaranteed your answers, okay? And it's just one question, but it's each month.
All right.
All right, last question.
Last question. Ren asks, am I currently pregnant? Too early to test?
It's imminent is what I'm hearing. So yes. So please keep me posted, okay? Yay. And I do feel it's going to be a boy. All right?
All right.
All right, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on my live. And you guys have been a delight. Thanks for all the gifts too. Bye.